Part 1. The noise is not yours. There's a silence inside you that the world has been trying to drown out since the day you were born. They taught you to care too much, to chase applause, to feel guilt when you say no, to mistake chaos for connection. But here's the truth. Most of what demands your attention isn't yours. You were never meant to carry all these opinions. You were never meant to care this much about what doesn't build you. And now, you're remembering. Part 2. The cost of caring too much. The world will sell you fear and call it love. It will offer you approval and chain you to it. It will feed your ego and starve your soul. You care so much. You forget who you are. You shrink to keep peace. You explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You keep people in your life just because you're afraid of being alone with your truth. That ends now. Part 3. Detachment is discipline. The Stoics didn't teach numbness. They taught mastery. Marcus Aurelius didn't say, care about everything. He said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. The Gita didn't tell warriors to be passive. It told them to act without attachment to the result. Detachment is not apathy. It's sacred focus. It's spiritual boundaries. It's emotional minimalism. You care about everything, so you care about nothing deeply. Part 4. Emotional minimalism. Caring about everything is a disease. It pollutes your mind, clouds your instincts, dilutes your discipline. You only have so much energy, so much emotional real estate. Every time you give it away to things that drain you, you weaken the parts of you that could build your kingdom. Start subtracting, unfollow, unplug, uncommit, unclutter. You don't need to care, you need to create. Part 5. What to actually care about. Care about your sleep, care about your breath, care about your posture, your food, your thoughts. Care about your morning ritual. Care about who you text back. Care about what you tolerate. Care about what you build. Everything else, ignore it. Let it fall. Let it rot. Caring is sacred. Don't waste it. Part 6. Stop performing for people who don't pay your rent. You're performing for people who wouldn't notice if you disappeared, worrying what they'll think, but they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. So why are you flinching at their silence? Why are you measuring your power by their applause? Every moment you spend trying to impress someone who doesn't even know your soul is a moment your future self will grieve. Perform less, build more, speak less, impact more. Part 7. The lion's silence. A lion doesn't turn when the hyenas bark. A king doesn't explain to peasants why his crown is heavy. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them write your eulogy while you're still rising. Because you know the truth. Every great warrior becomes invisible before he becomes legendary. Part 8. The discipline of walking away. You want to win? Start walking away from what isn't yours, from the need to be liked, from toxic people who only reach out when they need something. Walk away from gossip, from emotional chaos, from circles that drain your dreams. Not with anger, but with purpose. Let your silence be your exit. Let your focus be your boundary. Let your absence be your answer. Part 9. The warrior's code of energy. The samurai trained their nervous systems before they ever touched a blade. Because your nervous system is your first battlefield. You want to know why you care so much? Because your nervous system is still addicted to chaos. It finds comfort in overstimulation. Reset your wiring. Train your breath. Own your emotions. Starve your drama. You are not a victim of noise. You are the gatekeeper of your vibration. Part 10, results over reactions. You want revenge? Good, but not the kind that ruins your peace, the kind that doesn't speak, it builds. Let your focus hurt them. Let your success confuse them. Let your glow up humble them. No rants, no claps back, no social media theater, just results. Because power doesn't need permission, and healing doesn't need an audience. Part 11, burn the bridge to approval. The most liberating moment of your life will be when you realize you don't need their permission to rise. You don't need their understanding, their congratulations, their validation. You needed it as a child, you begged for it as a teenager, but now you're a storm with a spine. Burn the bridge, not with anger, but with clarity. Part 12, protecting your sacred fire. You have a fire inside you, a mission, a gift, a frequency. But you're letting the wrong people sit too close. People who blow wind at your flame, not air. People who drain you, distract you, dim you. That stops now. Not everyone gets access to your fire. Not everyone deserves front row seats to your evolution. Let your passion be sacred. Let your fuel be protected. Part 13, caring is an investment. Choose wisely. You don't owe your energy to everyone who asks for it. You are not emotional charity. You are not an open buffet of your soul. Caring is an investment, and every investment must be judged by its return. Care about people who water you. Care about dreams that scare you. Care about habits that stretch you. But stop overwatering dead soil. Part 14, winning quietly is the loudest thing you can do. The loudest flex is peace. The strongest man in the room is not the one who speaks. It's the one who doesn't need to. Let them talk. Let them post. Let them guess. You're too busy building, too busy becoming, too locked in to be dragged down. The next time they come looking for your weakness, let them choke on your silence. Part 15, strategic indifference equals tactical domination. This is not just philosophy, this is war strategy. Indifference is power because the enemy expects you to react, to defend, to fight back. But when you stay calm, you confuse the entire system. You stop bleeding energy, and you start absorbing momentum. Win in the shadows, rise without headlines, dominate without noise. Part 16, energy is the new currency. Attention is expensive, but energy is sacred. And every time you engage in drama, you're spending energy on emotional debt. Most people are bankrupt because they give too much to the meaningless and too little to the mission. You want to win in this life, you must become ruthless with your energy. Care only where there's growth. Care only where there's peace. Care only where there's alignment. Part 17, stop negotiating with your old self. The man you were is trying to keep you small, to keep you reactive, to keep you caring. But the man you're becoming, he's colder, cleaner, clearer. You don't owe your old self loyalty. You owe your future self a chance. So stop negotiating with the version of you that needed applause to feel alive. Part 18, you win when you need nothing. The minute you stop needing their praise, you unlock peace. The minute you stop craving their validation, you unlock clarity. The minute you stop performing for the timeline, the friend group, the ex, you unlock power. Freedom is not found in control. Freedom is found in surrender. Part 19, your legacy is built in silence. Legends don't argue. They build, they work, they disappear. Then one day, the world turns around and asks, where did he come from? And the answer is simple. You stopped caring. You started creating. You stayed locked in. and you earned the echo. Part 20, the art of not caring and still winning. This is not a trend. This is not a vibe. This is a code. Care deeply about your mission. Care fiercely about your peace. Care endlessly about your evolution. But everything else, let it go. No response is a response. No closure is closure. No reaction is domination. When you stop caring about everything, you finally start winning at what matters. Final words. You weren't born to be liked. You were born to lead. You weren't meant to be understood. You were meant to be felt. You weren't designed to bend to every wave. You were forged to be the stillness in the storm. So walk. Walk through their noise. Walk past their doubts. Walk with that untouchable silence that only a focused soul can carry. The art of not caring is the art of building without begging, living without limits, and rising without noise. If this resonated, don't forget to like and subscribe. This journey is just beginning.